How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another Zwift race, and it has been quite a long time since I've done that, actually. So it's kind of exciting. So most of the riding I've done, or vast majority of the riding I've been doing the last couple of months, has been outside, which is awesome because I'd much rather be outside than inside on the trainer. But it also means I haven't done a lot of Zwift races, which is what I kind of started this channel on, I guess. Kind of reverse from the very beginning. But anyway, so first of all, this is stage 3 of the July monthly Z Racing series. This is, what is this course? Douce, France. So it's their Tour de France month. So they have all the France routes, and this was a Monday night, I think. This is a Monday night, and used to actually there being more people in the monthly Z Racing series, but maybe that's just I was just used to the winter. I've been doing them in a couple of months, so yeah, I'm thinking it's just the winter is more populated. So there's 33, what is it, like 33-ish, over 30 people, which, it's not a small race. This is a B category B. So I had upgraded, or I was upgraded kind of late 2023, and this is like July 2024. So I'm relatively new still to the B category. So the goal, as always, is to try to stick with the front group. And so far in the B races, I haven't really been successful. But the fun thing about this race is that I did this same course in January. So way back in January, before I did the Build Me Up training series and everything on Zwift, and before I started doing all of the outdoor races, I had done this route. So it's kind of, I would say, fresh slash the most experienced Zwift racer I had been back in January. And I did this same race, same course back then, so I can kind of compare today's performance to back then. But so real quick, so the course is I've done this course a couple of times both directions, so I know it fairly well. It's got these rolly, quick little hills right now, and you can see I'm already kind of thinking that front group might get away on these little rolly hills. So I do actually put in a little bit of an effort here just to make sure that I'm in contact with this front group here through these rolly hill sections. I catch back onto this front group. So, but it starts with these little rolly hills, and then it goes real flat for a little while, and then there's kind of one big hill in the middle. So you can see the little elevation map down there, the profile map. And there's that one, it's not even a major hill, but they do call it a KOM in the middle. It's that aqueduct hill. So the last time I did this race, and I kind of had to look back, but the last time I did this race, I stuck with the front group up till that hill, and then instantly I was dropped on the hill. So the goal today, other than trying to finish with the front group, was just to get further, try to stick with them through that hill, and then, try to hang on until the end. We'll see how it goes as I go along. But a couple other things to mention. So there are some of my teammates in this race. There's, I think, 4 other OTR guys, so turquoise and black kit there, and so yeah, it's kind of fun to to see them around, which is cool. It would have been nice to kind of stick with them and work together, but it doesn't quite work out that way up until the very end, which we'll get to in a bit, obviously. So back to the my fitness slash my situation. So I started the channel obviously on kind of a Zwift racing kick. I had been Zwift racing a while, and I kind of wanted to see what it was like racing in the real world. So I think my very first video was actually, a Zwift racer tries real world racing. And this kind of felt like the other way around, because I had been I've done a few real life races over the past couple of months, and I have done basically no Zwift racing. So I had to look back at my activities, and it had been over 2 months since I had done a Zwift race. So I kind of was a little bit worried about what to expect, because I know it's quite different, but this is almost like a real life racer tries Zwift racing for the first time, because it had been so long. So it's interesting to kind of do the other way around, sort of to switch it up a bit. But it's kind of, it's fun to get back into it. And the only reason I'm doing it actually is because it has been so dreadfully hot here on the East Coast, and it's like fully up into the upper 90s for you Fahrenheit people. Celsius, 90 less, like 36-ish, which is 36, 37-ish it's been here. So it's quite warm to bike outside. So this is the only reason why I'm doing these now. But I mean, they are fun actually. So there were some real life races that were canceled or postponed this summer season. So I might try to hop on once or twice a week and do a Zwift race, just to maybe try to keep the racing legs a little bit. I don't know, as much as I just talked about, Zwift racer trained in real life, I don't really know if this helps like real life racing, but it certainly helps the fitness a bit. It does give me quite a bit of an effort. So speaking of those efforts, let's take a look at some numbers. As we sort of ride along, you can see I am sticking with this front group for now, and my heart rate's not super high at the moment. So the 168, my max is like 180, low 180s, like 181, 182 ish. If I'm into the 170s, I know that I'm going to be tired pretty quickly. So sticking with the 160s, I think it's pretty okay. But I did have to kind of fight to stick with them through the rolly hills at the very beginning. It seemed to be that they were, maybe some attacks and things going on, but everything sort of settles down through these, the flat sections. And then, obviously I know that as soon as the hill hits, people are going to be jumping off and attacking. So I'm trying to conserve, as much energy as possible. And you can see it in the graph down at the bottom. You see all the red efforts towards the beginning, and then we kind of ease off a bit, and I'm like zone 3 through these flat sections. So it's good. I get a little bit of a rest. But so the overall numbers, and like I said, we can compare it to my race about 6 months ago. So 6 months ago, I finished the course in 35:51 and averaged 3.4 watts per kilo, and then about 3.5 for my 20-minute max power. And then there's obviously the other power numbers, but I don't think that they really mean anything at the moment, really. So today's race, I wind up finishing in 35:17. So about 40 seconds faster. 34 seconds faster. with an average watts of 3.5 watts per kilo, and my 20-minute power was about 3.6 watts. So yeah, I mean, it's sort of consistently better across the board in all the power categories, which is it's great. That's what you want to see, obviously. The overall time is kind of hard to estimate, because it does depend on how fast the group is going. So I did look at that. So I did look at how fast the winners were going. And actually 6 months ago, the winners finished a whole minute faster than they did today on this race. So it probably means that, that front group was moving quicker back then. So I'm assuming my time would have been faster, but I do hang on to the group longer today. So I don't know quite what that means, or if you can tell anything, but in general, all of my power numbers were better. So I do think that, it's a pretty good indication that I'm a bit stronger than I was, which is exciting and good to see, considering I've been, working pretty hard, I guess, the last 6 months. The one thing to note is that on this, on the KOM, on the mountain KOM, back 6 months ago, so I did PR, or set a PR on that today, but only by like a second or two. But if you look at the power numbers for that KOM, it's actually quite a bit higher today, which is kind of cool. So I averaged 239 back then, so 6 months ago, and averaged 281 today. So yeah, I mean, quite a big difference there, which is really good to see. I do manage to, spoiler alert, we're not there yet on the race, but I probably won't talk for the entire 35 minutes. Luckily, you guys don't have to listen to me talk. I do stick with them through that hill, which is great. It's awesome. After that, unfortunately, I don't manage to hang on. So I kind of get dropped a little bit after the hill. So if you kind of watch along, you'll see that there's some messaging going on. Somebody saying that, nobody wants to work. I was hurting when those messages came through. So I was a little bit disappointed to see them, because I do also know that, like, when somebody sends a message like that, it means that, people are going to get mad and worked up, and then somebody is going to attack. So that you're going to be punished for at least a couple of minutes after somebody sends a message like that. So I do manage to hang on for a little while. I was dropped, if I kind of look ahead a little bit, it's pretty proud. Normally it's like 15 to 20 minutes, or it has been in the past, 15 to 20 minutes into the race, I get kind of left behind by the group. But today it was more like 25 minutes. So about 25 minutes in, I end up kind of getting left behind, which isn't terrible. I will definitely take that. I do think that means I'm getting a bit stronger, which is great. I do latch on to, if you watch towards the end, I do latch on to a group of, I think there's like 4 or 5 of us. We actually work quite well together. Everybody's taking pulls and things. But the issue is that there is a teammate of mine like 5 or 6 seconds up the road, and maybe more like 10 seconds or so up the road. So every time I get kind of filtered to the front, I'm like hearing Jeff from NorCal's, don't chase your teammates saying in my head. And so I try to back off when I get filtered to the front. So I really don't do a whole lot of work. Hopefully that's those guys in that group don't think that I'm just not doing work because I'm lazy. But I really didn't really want to catch my teammate too much. Like, I'm not, we're fighting for like, I don't know, 20th place or something. So it's not like I need to move up. So I'm trying to keep our little group from catching him, so he stays away. And he does. He ends up staying away from us anyway. So he ends up maybe like 5 or so seconds in front of us, which is kind of cool. Hopefully I could help him hang out there. The other thing that I was kind of excited about on this one is I must have, through, after the section I was dropped, through the section that I was working with that smaller group, I must have been able to conserve a bit of energy, because I do wind up putting in a pretty good sprint at the end, and putting in some pretty good numbers down at the end. So if you scroll along to the end, you'll see my little sprint. But I do end up popping over 800 watts for a short period of time, and you do something like 8.7 watts or so for like an average watts per kilo for, was it 5 seconds, I think. So yeah, it's pretty good. And I catch a couple guys. Granted, it's only for, like I said, something like 18th. Can't remember exactly what place I end up finishing in, but I think it was like 18th on the road, and then maybe 13th or something like that on Zwift Power. But I am kind of proud of the end, so I kind of hang behind guys long enough and kind of stick on their wheels, and then I end up passing at least 2 or 3 guys with a sprint at the end. So I would encourage you to scroll along and see that. Kind of proud of that one. The ending, so like I said, the ending, I end up something like 18th on the road, and then something like 13th or something. So not too bad. I will definitely take that, and it kind of gets me back into the Zwift racing mindset a little bit. So I'll try to do 1 or 2 a week maybe, and if there's anything interesting, I'll go ahead and post here. So thanks for watching, and I will catch you next time.